Lydia Daydall, Fight Connect TV, and I am backstage at Fightzone with the one and only John Fewkes. What a pleasure to have you here tonight.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, listen, let's get cracking. Let's get straight to it. What do you think of the setup here tonight at Fightzone?
I think, honestly, so I come down for the first time last week. I'd heard about it and everything, and I just can't believe the professionalism of it. It's like something you would see on Box Office and Sky and things like that, and everybody was working on it, and the setup and the surroundings and everything. It's like a mini Caesar's Palace car park.
We all love the Gladiators.
Yeah,
listen,
exactly.
Gladiators are our favourite movie, right? But listen, I think when a lot of people heard that Dennis had the idea to join up with Fightzone and to put it in a car park, people were a bit apprehensive. They were like, is he going to be able to pull this off? Will it work? Yeah. But as you can see, it's a very, like a festival vibe almost, isn't it?
It's brilliant. Listen, there's one thing I've learned over the years is not to doubt Dennis, right? And you can say what you want, and you can think what you want. He's a man what gets things done.
Yeah.
And honestly, when he said it to me, there weren't one tiny bit what doubted me. I didn't know it was going to be as good as this, if I'm honest. Yeah. But I knew we were going to get it done. He's been about donkey's years. You don't like me saying that, right? And he's worked with some of the best kids in the business. He's had a little bit of a time out, and I think it's done him the world of good because he's fresher and he's hungrier than ever. And I said a little saying to him earlier on, right, and he loved it, and he's going to pinch it and pretend it's his, but it's not. It's mine. We're not here to take part, we're here to take over.
Oh, I think my fellow countryman might have said that,
right? Well, I pinch it, you're going to pinch it off me.
Absolutely. But listen, I mean, as you're saying, you know, the crowd are happy to be here. Everyone's happy to have a little bit of normality back. Exactly. You know, we would have gone anywhere, I think, for a bit of boxing.
Yeah, we would have done.
But as I've been saying to all the fighters that I've interviewed tonight, it's almost like you can see the gratitude in them. They're so happy to just get a run out in these times.
100%, and it's like you said, it's just nobody's been boxing for a year, 12 months, unless you sign with Matchroom or Frank Warren or anything like that. You're not getting out like the lads. Obviously, the lads I were training, or I'm still training now, they weren't getting out. They were chomping at the bit. Some of the kids that were going to turn pro, they're not getting out. So the fact that anybody's boxing anyway, but to be boxing on such a big stage like this, I think fighters are pinching themselves, and it's just it's a bit surreal because of, like you said, nobody's been doing anything for so long. But to come back and to be boxing in this and having your fans, and it's not being behind closed doors, it's not doing that. Everybody's just buzzing, and it's just bringing the best out of fighters. Not just that, bringing the best out of journeymen and the lads on the road and things like you've seen. We've had Brett Fido turn one last week, and some of the other lads are turning wins over against young kids, and everybody's just getting the bug, and everybody's just like, I don't know, I think there's going to be titles flying all over the shop.
Well, listen, what is it like for you? Because obviously, I mean, your professional record, like 20, 21, 22 wins, is that right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Like, can you see it in these fighters, the hunger that's in it, that everyone is just eager to be a success, to have that career, that, you know, the elite career?
Oh, 100%. 100%. So as a fighter, I've had probably 24, 122 or something, I can't remember. And that's not a good sign, that is, and it's starting moving a bit more. But also, as I've been a trainer for the last 5, 6, 7 years, I can see it in them, and in that bubble, like we're all in the bubble and things like that, and lads are just, they wanting it, and you've got, it's a bit cliche, like I ain't a tiger and all that nonsense, but you can see in their eyes, like, they're just wanting to be there, and they wanting to do it, and it's just, last week for me was just an honour to be a part of it, if I'm honest, and felt like a young kid myself again, like not like a 35-year-old, 20-odd-year fighting veteran. You know what I mean?
Young at 35, my friend.
Exactly. But so it's just the art is bringing the best out of everybody, and it's what boxing needed. And a lot of people have said it, and it's easy for me to say. People say, "Oh yeah, you're partners with Dennis, you're in his gym and this and that." But this is what I mean. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's what boxing is needed, because at the end of the day, you need Matchroom and you need Frank Warren. They're the head of the table. Yeah. But not everybody can box for Matchroom, and not everybody can box for Frank, and not everybody can do that. And fighters like myself and everybody what's on these, and these are great fighters as well. These aren't like, I'm not saying, oh, you're not good enough to box for Matchroom. It's not just about that. Sometimes it's about if you face Fights, and sometimes it's about what you've done in the past and what you haven't done and things like that.
Of course.
So there's some great talent on these shows and going to be on these shows, and what's going to come from Fightzone and going to come from Fight Academy, and going to come from Core Groups, and going to come from all these other promoters, but they're getting the chance now.
Yes.
And they're getting the platform, and it's just what these fighters need, the middle ground need. It's not all about being up here, and it's what a lot of boxing fans these days don't realise, because they've not been coming to boxing for the last 10, 15 years, 20 years ago, like York Hall and Elephant and Castle and the Octagon at Sheffield or things like that. They've only been to Wembley to watch Carl Froch box, or they've only seen AJ box, or they've only seen that. So they've only seen them kind of fighters, and now hopefully they will subscribe and they will start coming to and seeing these fighters, the local fighters, the local talent, and they'll see what boxing really is, not just celebrity boxing or not just who they've been told they've got to see.
Yes.
They will see entire boxing, and one, as a boxing fan at the bottom of my heart more than anything, that's what I just love, and that's what I want. I want everybody to see boxing from bottom up, not just already who's up there.
Absolutely. You're good at this.
Yeah, well,
You're sold it to everyone at home that's not here. They're buying tickets now.
I do move my head. I was born with this nose. Right, so I still got my wits about me.
Well, listen, John, thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it.
No problem at
So
all.
lovely to meet you.
Yeah,
Great to
too.
have you here.
Yeah.
And thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. I'm just glad to be back. Back.
Yes.
Yes.
John Fewkes, Fight Connect TV.